Recording is on.
And we are live. Welcome everybody to another episode of You Know What? Let Me Just Say podcast. I am your host, Ray. With me as always, we got Father.
Since when the fuck did everyone decide to be on time today?
Cause today we got Tom Goods. We got Dion.
Good evening.
We got Crystal.
Hola.
We got D Wolf.
Yo, what's good?
And also we got Cuteries God.
You can't prove he did it.
Wait, where did that come from?
How's everybody doing?
What?
Does
I'm
Hugh's,
sorry, I'm still
does Hugh's statement have anything to do with what we were just talking about? What we're talking about tonight?
Yo, what you mean by that, Q?
I'm sorry. I just had to start it off with a laugh because I feel like one of the subjects that we are going to be speaking about today is definitely going to be a phrase I say.
I was gonna ask y'all want to start about the Olympics with Simone Biles, or y'all want to talk about Dababy?
God damn, they're both good. You know what? Let's get the petty out. Let's start with the baby.
I knew it. Well, the baby, as always, for some reason, is in the news for another, well, to me, dumb shit. And there's always some dumb shit. But this time it was at Rolling Loud because, and I'm paraphrasing, he said things like, if you didn't suck dick in the parking lot to get tickets, put some camera lights on. If you don't have HIV or AIDS, put some camera lights on. And some other dumb shit he done said. Got a shoot through at him and said, who threw this fucking shoot at me? And everybody has been dragging him forward on Twitter to a point where he has lost some endorsements and he has lost the gig in UK. So I'm going to ask the panel, how do y'all feel about everything that's been going on with that situation? Who wants to start?
That's a great question.
There's a saying about writing checks that your mouth writing checks that your ass can't cash. I feel like that plays a part in it somewhere. Who dropped out?
Keep going. Go back.
But yeah. What's with these rappers just putting their feet in their fucking mouths? God damn. See how you could go from one of the most popular motherfuckers on the planet to one of the most hated niggas on earth in the blink of a fucking eye, just because you said some dumb shit, even though he didn't directly refer to LGBT or whatever. We knew that's who he was throwing them shots at. Like, come on. I have my own thoughts about shit pertaining to them. It's nothing bad. I have nothing against them, but I just have my own thoughts and feelings when it comes to just the way people act towards them.
Real quick, I just want to say I don't know. Like we do this every motherfucking time. We just did this with motherfucking Tory Lanez. We did this with fucking Terry Crews. We do this all the fucking time. Like, why is it that when niggas say dumb shit, there is so much energy in just like blowing that motherfucker up to the reins and absolutely not having any solutions or any type of discussion with the very people that are getting it wrong in the first place? If they're ignorant, then it showed. So, like, what is we doing? We're doing the same shit over and over and over again. Niggas say dumb shit, then we be petty, and then what else? There's no lesson learned. They did the same shit with Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart genuinely tried to ask questions, and his questions were answered, but then they went right back to dragging him again. And I'm like, So is he supposed to learn, or is he supposed to be the punching bag that you want him to be, so you can get your little inferiority complex situated? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird energy, and it's all social media driven. Like, I'm pretty sure niggas wouldn't even really give a fuck if he said that shit on the IG live or something. I feel like because he said it at Rolling Loud, it garnered the attention it garnered. And yeah, he said some dumb shit, and yeah, he should totally be blasted for it. But at the same time, if you not gonna help this motherfucker grow, then don't be surprised the next time he says some off the wall shit. Also, shout out to Boosie, because that's the funniest nigga alive.
Funny looking.
Hey, Boosie is a goat, man.
Come on, dog. Come on, dog.
He was on
man. Look, come
He
on,
sound
man.
like a goat.
Come on, man.
Wow, bro. He was on IG live talking about if there's children in that audience and I see gay niggas performing, I'ma beat their ass. I'm like, Boosie, what the fuck are you talking about? You gonna beat someone's ass because there's children in the audience while gay niggas is performing? That's oddly specific, my nigga.
I mean,
So-
And it's 21 and older than you.
So by all means endorse violence just because you're so against homosexuality. Go right ahead. Stupid motherfucker.
none of it is okay.
I was speaking sarcastically, but
I would say it's all bad. Let's be real. That's the only thing they're fucking endorsing is bad shit. The fuck. This is a battle of whose shit is worse. The fuck.
shoot. It's fun. I just think it's funny you call Lil Bootsy a goat when he say Bootsy bad, he sound like a goat.
Sort of. But
Lord Jesus.
boot,
You got something to say, Q?
I can't say it sound that nigga voice for real.
Initially, what Baby said was wrong. It was stupid, but he always
It was stupid.
It was stupid. But if you know him, like he does, that's what he does stupid shit like that. But then he has to realize that he already has like a magnifying glass on him because of the shit that's going on with him and Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, because he dropped the song and then he had Tory Lanez at the fucking show when he's supposed to be 1,000 feet away from Megan Thee Stallion after she just performed. So there's way more shit to be worried about than saying some stupid shit like that. But like I said, you're already on a magnifying glass. People are already looking at you funny because of the situation with you dropping a song with Tory Lanez. You're just supposed to be mindful. And some of these dudes are famous and they're reckless and they don't understand. But they'll only understand until they're like broke, and then they're doing an unsung episode. And it always ends like that. So I don't know, but I knew it was gonna happen.
I just need short niggas to stop doing dumb shit.
I just need dumb niggas to stop.
Since when did they become the short nigga fucking spokesperson though?
I was about to say, I don't think.
That's what motherfuckers do. One person who fits in a certain demographic do some shit. They try to lump everybody that falls in that category into that.
That's that reactionary social media bullshit that they be doing. I always experience that. As soon as I seen Dababy and Tory Lanez and all them fucking trending on Twitter, I knew they was gonna project all that shit on us. I was just telling you about this, right?
Yep. I was about to say, Dion. So the common denominator is that all these people were short that's doing this. So.
Like Father just said, that's where social media and all these other idiots are gonna take it.
But you took it there.
They're gonna call it they're gonna start calling. They've been calling us Napoleon ass niggas and shit since bullshit with Tory Lanez making the Stallion.
Me personally, I don't think Dababy really intended on being disrespectful. That's just the way he talked.
That's what I was saying. I don't think he was being disrespectful.
I just think he speaks douche. He's a douchebag.
Wow.
Some people you have to accept. Some people speak douche, and we don't. So when they actually say things out loud, it comes off as like you're a real douche for saying that shit. But in reality, he's only speaking from the heart as himself. but he's saying it in a different language. All he was saying was, everybody put your phones up. We about to party. We about to, you know what I'm saying? But they know him as a crazy motherfucker to say whatever he want to say out his mouth, and that's what he did.
So you think this is just, what he said being taken the wrong way?
I don't think he meant anything by it.
I don't think. I think. Look, what he said was wrong. I think bashing him as bad as people are, like he's like homophobic and shit. Like, come on, not everybody is okay with, homosexuality. Doesn't mean he's going to just blatantly be disrespectful about it. You know what I'm saying? What he said, it was insensitive, it was immature, it was stupid. Let's address it for that. Let's not address it for him being homophobic. Let's not start some new shit. No, let's not create a new narrative for somebody who's never shown any type of homophobia in his situation. You know what I'm saying? That's my only argument. If he was an asshole for saying the shit, call him that. All right, you're stupid. That was dumb. We ain't fucking with you right now. You go see some counseling. Change your language. Start talking to some white people. Do something different. Start doing that. But let's not create a different narrative as if this nigga hates.
Start talking to some white people though.
That's my only argument. Like, that's it. Like,
why y'all white people though?
I absolutely agree with Q. I second his statement.
Like, it's just that fucking simple. Like, he said it. All right, he was wrong. It wasn't gay. He wasn't saying nothing towards the gays. He wasn't saying nothing specifically. He just said it just overall it was just something stupid. So just like let's address it for that. Let's say something. Let's say something to him for that. Don't let it be because you think he is insensitive towards gay people, and let's make it about gays, and let's make it about, you know what I'm saying, the LGBTQ community. Let's not make it about that. Let's just make it about him saying something stupid and move on.
Because the next nigga is gonna get it too.
Exactly.
I'm just waiting for who we gonna go on Chris Brown again. Like, who we going at?
Oh, they dragged him in it.
They tried Lil Boosie.
They dragged him in it.
Again, they're using this shit as an excuse to attack short niggas.
Oh
my god!
Chris Brown is not short. Chris Brown isn't short at all. That nigga's like 6 foot.
Chris Brown is 6'2".
Yeah, and depending on how you feel about the Rihanna situation, people can't stand him. People still not letting him go off of that.
Yeah, but he just recently attacked another woman, didn't he?
Allegedly, I don't know.
Allegedly.
Because Chris Brown had to say something too. He said, "Shut the fuck up, do your shows, thank everybody, then get the fuck on stage."
I saw that.
Hey, everybody, real quick. I just want to acknowledge how much of a genius I am, because I clearly said before this thing even started, in this conversation, I would end up saying, "You can't prove that he did it." I told you that.
I forgot all about that.
Oh my god!
You can't prove that he did.
Hey, rebuttal of the year. I'm a battle rapper.
So you just Danny Myers the whole thing? So
Danny Myers the shit out you.
Hey Ray, you know what that sound like? That sound like it's not about you.
Yeah.
You say that shit, motherfuckers get mad.
Oh man.
Crystal, do you have anything to say about this situation?
The only thing I have to say is, starting with the name, anybody with the baby, did you expect them to say anything educational or not?
Well.
Damn.
Well.
You know what? Think about it. Would you go to the baby to talk about emotional or mental issues? No. If you go to a concert with somebody called the baby, what the fuck did you expect the baby to say? I'm just keeping it real.
I mean, this is a nigga who was out in public in a whole ass diaper.
Grown ass man called the baby. Maybe I'm getting old, but come on now. Did you expect anything different?
Put it this way. If Bow Wow can change his name to Shad Moss, you can do anything.
That's his fucking government name, though.
But
It's a
we
better rap name than Bow
listen, hold
Wow.
up, time out. But let's acknowledge his growth. He went from Little Bow Wow
Correct.
to Bow Wow to Shad Moss.
Right.
So all that tells you that he understood he was grown.
Exactly. But keeping it real, when Little Bow Wow was named Little Bow Wow, he was actually little. And
Technically, he's always little. Let's
Right.
get that out the way. He's always little.
Still little.
no, I think he gained a little weight. But I'm just keeping it real. Anytime we go to any rap concert, it's if they're talking a lot, they're gonna come out their mouth with some disrespectful ass shit, and people are offended. But did you not listen to his lyrics? Did you not see his videos? So why are people shocked?
That's what I was saying. I mean, like, he had a whole video about the nigga that he beat up on camera.
Cam Coldheart.
You know what I'm saying? He completely reacted an ass whooping that he gave somebody else in a music video.
Exactly. Think
Like,
about that for a minute.
Stop it. Why are y'all? That's why I say, why are y'all creating this narrative like this is not the baby we talking about?
Because he's homophobic, Q.
Oh my God! Exactly.
He said, like, bruh.
I hate you, because it's the truth. I hate you so much because I have no rebuttal to that. It's the truth. Like, that's exactly why it's a problem, because he's homophobic. and the meme and guess who's attached to every meme that has the baby on it?
Who?
Little Nas X. All of a sudden, now he's just like every meme
Okay.
I see.
So,
Oh no.
Hold on,
all right,
Dion. Before you start, D-Wolf, you got anything you want to say before you start?
Well, based on what you guys are saying, I pretty much figured this because I'm not really invested in it because I didn't even know. I'm not even familiar with them, but I did see it, and I was like, okay, this comes with the territory because this is how performers usually act especially when performing live in front of an audience. They do things to hype up the audience, make them laugh, make them just to. The energy of the show. So I just took it as okay. And I was just laughing because it was like some silly shit he was saying.
But
I didn't take it seriously. I didn't think people did take it seriously. As homophobic as it was, I didn't think it was like taken seriously because of what it was. And based on the things you said he's done, I'm like, okay, he does some outlandish shit all the time. So, and it is a problem because people are making it a problem. These people are not here to, they're not to be really taken seriously, these entertainers. They're here to entertain. So you take from it what you get. So whatever they give, if you don't like it, skip it and go to the next person you like to listen to or watch live. It's as simple as that. We don't have to invest our energy in these people more than they deserve from their talent. Why does what they talk about matter? It should be in the lyrics. We got enough. We don't need to know more.
Imagine if social media. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but just real quick.
No, I was done. Go ahead.
Imagine social media when Michael Jackson held his son over the balcony.
Oh no, they still dragged him. We're throwing on social media.
But
that was in the news.
That's what I'm saying. But imagine with social media.
Like,
I mean, when that happened, like social media was only like just starting to become big like that.
What was that, MySpace days?
Yeah, that was the MySpace Black Planet days.
He went to court late. Let's just imagine how much hate he would get, like in social. Like, it's just stupid. Like, this shit is ridiculous. Get over it. He's retarded. Everybody, we all have people that we hang around that initially does retarded shit, says retarded shit, and we don't do nothing but like look to our left and our right to make sure everybody realizes it wasn't us who said it, it was them, and we just don't say nothing about it. Like, but we still hang with them. That's still our homie. If you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. We cool, but. You know what I'm saying? That's we got to start putting people in that category and just understand this is what it comes with. Like Rick James, imagine the shit Rick James said.
Oh, he did everything on cocaine. So
Exactly. Let's just imagine what Rick James said in his prime. Like, come on, man.
Nigga. Oh man.
Oh, I was about to say, if you was a Philly rapper and in the mid 2000s, you would have definitely been canceled. Because how many of them niggas was saying faggot at the end of their fucking rhymes? Oh, they've been canceled so many times. Especially Beanie Siegel. I think one of the best joke when he did against Jadakiss, he just straight up, you fucking faggot. And I was like, oh, damn. You know, back then it was cool. Now you look at it, I said, God damn,
damn. It really is a new generation.
Look. And what was the first thing you about to say? God damn, Benny, that was real homophobic. See? See?
Hey, he was talking about Jadakiss. He wasn't even talking about
Exactly. It's going straight back to that shit. Like, this shit is starting to get overboard, man. Hey, Father, I'm starting to feel like you when I get on this podcast sometimes. It seems like every subject we talking about is about somebody being homophobic.
It's about somebody being just mad as hell just for the sake of being mad as hell.
Or it's a fool ass person saying some coonery shit that we got to sit and address and drag them through the mud again.
Speaking of coonery, what the fuck was Dababy doing with that white woman in that damn video?
Hey,
yo, I said this. If it wasn't for that I don't want to say homophobic, that dumbass shit that he said, everybody would be talking about him getting top from a white girl in the video.
Yes, I agree.
Oh yeah.
I said he was going to be in the news one way or another. Because when I saw that video, I said, I know that I did not see the baby get top from a white girl in the video. And it's on YouTube.
Yes.
And I think she's a porn star too.
Yes.
I hope so. I'm sorry, ladies. Look, I'm sorry, ladies. I know I do think sex work is real work, but at the same time, if I just saw that music video and that was my daughter,
yeah,
I'm swinging. I'm looking like Cuba Gooding. I'm looking like Cuba Gooding Jr. Menace to Society. I'm swinging. Now, Dion, what was you about to say before I cut you off?
All right, so I was about to ask. Okay, so what's with the situation involving the baby and Lil Nas X? So apparently there's something going on between them. Baby supposedly has a diss track toward him.
Yeah, he industry baby. That's what the song was. That's what it was about, right? Because
yeah,
Lil Nas X was addressing the shit that people would say online about him being an industry plant, and he's only there to get attention for to push certain agendas and shit like that. And
my bad. Go ahead.
No, so and then what's it called? The baby, I think, because of what he said at Rolling Loud, like now Lil Nas X, because he also performed at Rolling Loud, and no, he didn't perform Rolling Loud. I'm sorry. He released his music video around that time, the video with Jack Harlow. So, the baby, like the shit that he said, it does correlate with Lil Nas X and his song and like what he was addressing in the first place. So, and then there was a picture that came out of him even with like the prison shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he had like a little prison shit for his like single or whatever for the diss track he's about to drop apparently. So I guess it's still wait and see, but that's like what it is, I think.
Okay, so he hasn't actually released the song yet.
I was waiting for somebody to initially start a beef with Lil Nas X just to see who was stupid enough to do it.
My thing, it's just why?
I treat him like 6ix9ine. Leave him alone.
Leave him alone. I treat him like Lizzo. He's Lizzo to me.
I said stupid.
You did say stupid.
Yeah, bro. Like, you remember that season where everybody just said something about Lizzo just for no fucking reason, and we're just over here like, don't y'all leave this woman alone? The only time it was justified was the basketball game, because that was some bullshit. But like all them other times, she over there just minding her business, and people just say dumb shit just for the sake of saying dumb shit. And then these people fucking react to it every time somebody says something dumb. You just as bad as the motherfuckers who saying the dumb shit. Every time,
I had to,
like, ugh.
Yeah, I had to personally tell myself to not do no more Lizzo videos unless it's about her music or she did something as bad as she did in the Lakers game.
Father, but they don't know that. They don't have a life. All they worry about is controversy, man.
So we already mentioned just how big of a troll Lil Nas X is when he wants to be. So I'm just waiting for this song that the baby release to actually come out, and for Lil Nas X to set fire to his ass. Just because I know I know it's just gonna be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I think both of them need to sit the fuck down and mind their own motherfucking business. First
I
of
was
all,
about to-
I'm about to get some butter and some candy and some popcorn because this is about between them two and the way and the creativity between them two in these in these videos. If they really take this might be very entertaining.
I was about to say, you think in a rap battle between Lil Nas X and DaBaby, you got Lil Nas X, Dion?
I'll take 20. Hey, you got $20? We can bet it right now.
I don't know about a rap battle, but
I'm about to say because to be honest,
you said rap beef. I was like,
I don't know if I can even call it that. I don't know if it can even be called that. Does this even deserve to be called that?
Was Taylor Swift and Kanye West a rap beef?
No.
All right,
might as well be.
That's exactly what we're dealing with right now.
But you know what this situation reminds me of? You remember that episode of Empire where Jamal walked up on that one dude in the middle of a rap battle and sang to him?
so what up,
I fucking remember that shit. I'm like, if you don't get your stupid ass off the fucking
stage,
Yo, hey, this is that moment. This is that moment where I look left and right to make sure everybody knew I didn't say it. It was, but
I'm not the only person that thought that. I'm not the only person that thought that. I don't give a fuck.
Bro, that was genius. That was.
Bro, I'm sorry. I have to say this. Jamal was the type of gay character in Empire where even gay people that was watching the show was being homophobic. It's like, man, fuck this motherfucker.
Hey, you knew he was some shit because of that shit that he did when he faked the ass whooping that he supposedly got took.
Oh, bruh.
See, I was trying to avoid bringing that up, but
I was going the subway.
Hey, yo, y'all can't be talking about the gay Tupac like that, man.
Shut the fuck up. Nigga,
go sit in the corner.
What are you talking about? Hey, the only gay Tupac I know is on Shameless. That's the only person I like.
Oh, go sit in the corner for saying that, man.
That's what he said. I'm the gay Tupac.
The only gay Tupac I allow is on Shameless, man. I'm telling you, that's the only one I allow.
My goodness.
Cut it out, man. Cut that shit out, man. These motherfuckers ain't shit,
yo. These motherfuckers annoying, bruh.
Hey, Father, what are we going to do?
What are we going to do, bruh? First off, I'm like I said, I got my candy. I'll sit down and I'm going to just watch.
Oh, yeah, I got, do me a favor. Hey, scoot over a little bit and turn the volume up because this is really going. I want you to watch a certain part because the baby, between them two and these damn videos, this shit is going to be hilarious.
I was about to say, what y'all thought about that DaBaby video? What y'all thought about DaBaby's video?
I hated it.
Which one? Because it's so which one now?
He just dropped one, and like it's like him in the courtroom, but it's like a bunch of other scenes that are random as fuck, like him getting top from a white girl, and then there's him getting in jail, and like he's bringing guns in the church. Like it's a random ass video.
Okay.
Very,
but it's funny. It's funny to me. It's funny, but I did not listen to not a single verse.
Not especially with them Barney ass beats he be rapping on.
Oh yeah, that flute was weird.
I hate his beat. I hate the majority of his beats. Like the last album DaBaby made, I couldn't listen to it because the beat selection was trash.
So what y'all thought about Lil Nas X's video then? The Industry Baby.
I ain't watched that either. I mean, I ain't watch it. I'm cool.
Wasn't he naked? Wasn't a lot of I'm probably.
I caught like.
No, you're right. He was doing choreography naked.
He pulled choreography naked.
Oh
Cardi B.
Sorry.
He pulled a Cardi B.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's creative about dancing naked in a video. It's already been done in the 80s. It's already been done in, well, not even 70s, the 80s and the 90s. Do something else. I'm calling it T-Pain. Do something else.
Oh
I,
God.
I I purposely think that video was made to troll straight people, and it worked because everybody kept
it does
talking
work.
about it.
It did work. It definitely worked.
Like Lil Nas X could literally do walk out the street in some pink slippers, and somebody will say something. Like that's not. I don't get it because like this is like the first song I actually really thought, wow, this is like a banger from Lil Nas X. It's just like musically, I think he's meh, and I've always said that. And it's just like, but like the controversy that he's getting from his music, because people starting to call him like I'm assuming that like he's like a martyr or he's just so brave of what he's doing. I was like, he is not doing anything out of the ordinary that I've seen. It's like Jussie Smollett literally was like doing sex scenes on Empire, and I think Jussie Smollett crawled so Lil Nas X can run. I don't know, but this.
Nah, the only reason I disagree is because we've said this many times, Ray. He is the worst gay character I've ever seen in a TV show.
Oh yeah, he's a horrible gay thought.
He's the worst thought I've ever seen.
He is horrible.
Hashtag she fixed you. That's
she fixed you.
Oh God, that episode with Alicia Keys. I'm comparing to Alicia Keys.
I love Lucius.
That is top 5 Lucius moments of all fucking time.
That's number 1 for me. I busted out laughing.
She fixed you.
She fixed you.
Just the context he said that in is what made it so fucking good. Because he's been struggling he threw his child in the trash can, which is another top 5 Lucius moment in my life.
I shouldn't have laughed at that either, but I did.
I fucking died. And I only died because I imagine his little high heels dangling from the trash can.
No, like I don't care what anybody say. His best moment to me was when he was just standing over what's his face's funeral, just talking as if he didn't just shoot this man a week before. I'm just like, oh my God, he is amazing.
You gotta be a special type of cruddy nigga to do
Malik
that.
Yoba to rot in hell at his funeral. I was like, Lucius do not give a fuck. That's
a special kind of cruddy nigga.
Oh yeah, that's why I loved him. I was like, and he stayed that way for like the whole season. Any last words before we move on to our next topic? I think we got our pettiness out the way.
Mind your fucking business, bruh. Damn.
Bitch, it ain't even my birthday, but I could ball if I want to.
Like shit.
Oh man. All right, let's get to Simone Biles. If most people don't know, Simone Biles dropped out of the Olympics because of mental health reasons, and for some reason, white America, and I'm being bold when I say this, white America was dragging the fuck out of her for no reason, and there was people that was coming to her aid a lot, but there was a lot of people that was just dragging her for no reason, even though that woman has won so many damn gold medals, and she was basically on a handicap at the whole Olympics, and people still want to like bash her. So I asked the panel, how do y'all feel about this situation? Who wants to go first?
Oh, can I go first?
Go ahead, Q.
Yeah.
On behalf of Simone Biles, fuck y'all. You know how many fucking medals I won? You know how many competitions I done competed in with a broken foot, a torn something, a hamstring injury?
The Kurt Angle of gymnastics.
Like, exactly. She's the Kurt Angle of gymnastics, and I still haven't been beat. See, if I was able to smoke weed, I wouldn't have these problems. But because I can't, I'm hurt. You let Sha'Carri Richards leave because she was smoking weed and she was dusting everybody out their boots. the gold medal that you wanted me to get, you could have got it from her, but you decided to just fuck y'all.
Man, may I?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
What we're seeing with Simone Biles is prime example of being overqualified, being punished for being too good at something. From her being penalized for doing shit that other people can't do. I mean, like, is it her fault that the other gymnasts around her suck? Like, the fuck? Not to say that that's probably not the way to word it, but she's got them. She's leagues ahead of them. She's doing shit that was deemed too dangerous for the other gymnasts to try. Come on. It's all around. This is just not fair. So now you got to think she has to deal with that.
What was being said?
Just
hold on.
Shit. Where to start with that? Well, who was that? Well, just like I said, they're saying oh, she's doing tricks and stuff and shit that's too dangerous for the other gymnasts to try. No one else knows how to do these things. She's steadily being, any event she does or she does any of her stuff again because the other girls can't do the shit, she's being penalized. She has to deal with that shit, and then you wonder why she's irritated, she's stressed out, and she wants to step away from the shit. Why are you punishing this girl for being literally the best in her field, basically ever? And at this point, it's just like I'm just waiting for her to announce her retirement from the sport, because I feel like that's coming. I don't want her to do it, but I feel like it's coming, and I don't want to hear shit from none of these people that have been on her ass. You literally ran this girl out of her sport. You took something that she loved and she perfected her craft to the point where she's basically a goddess in her fucking field. No one else can do the shit that she does. Like I just said. And you're gonna punish this girl for it. Why? It makes no sense. It makes no sense for her to be getting treated the way she is in any aspect. It makes no sense to bash her for wanting to step down and get her mind right after the bullshit she's already gone through. It makes no fucking sense.
So, D-Wolf, to answer your question, Piers Morgan said that she has failed her teammates, her fans, and her country. There were other conservatives that were sitting there talking about, oh man, I wish I could quit my job whenever I needed to. Oh, well, why did she qualify to the Olympics only to quit? That spot should have gone to someone else. They were basically saying shit like that.
Gotcha.
But now that he clarified on all the different statements that we made, you see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't remember everything like verbatim, but basically,
because I didn't have all the details of what was causing the stress for her to bow out to begin with, because all I know is what I saw. I don't know what happened before, or because from my perspective, all I saw, because I didn't really dig into it, going based on what I just scrolled past, is that she was messing up, and fast forward, I see she drops out. So I'm like, okay, did she? I'm thinking it's about that. I'm thinking maybe she's already stressed out about something and affected her performance, and then she chose to okay, bow. I can't really do this right now. I'm stressed out. That's why I wanted to know what was leading to her being stressed out to begin with, to cause her to mess up.
It was just, you wanted clarification. There it is.
Okay.
She also has ADHD, and the pills that she was supposedly on, she couldn't take them in Tokyo because the pills that she was taking for ADHD was illegal. That was another reason. So,
Oh
and like mentally,
Jesus.
she did not. She felt like she wasn't there mentally to compete. That's why mostly she dropped out.
Mm-hmm.
I have a quick question.
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Anyone can answer. What is going on with, and it's going to sound wrong for me to be concerned about a particular race, but because it's 3 different women that had to deal with mental health issues in a situation where we are looked at by the world, not just our country. What is going on with everything being illegal when it comes to drugs? So whether it's medically, you know, proven by a physician, okay, that we trust in all different countries, it's illegal all of a sudden. Why is I'm just who's making these fucking rules to get to the point of the question?
Big
The
farm.
Olympics usually have their own rules. Like even though like the world is evolved, the Olympics usually have their own rules that is not really updated. So like everybody knows like weed is not as a harmful drug as it is now to where they tried to tell us it was back then. And you know, the whole thing about the cannabis thing, which like one of the soccer players was talking about, I think it was THC or cannabis or something like that. You know, they was talking about how they helped them out. But like I said, with the Olympics, their rules are real, I would say older, and they really haven't evolved with the time. So it's
And that's
the Olympic
retarded,
rules.
man, because you're losing athletes like this. You're causing this shit, and no, we can't enjoy the show.
I don't think they care. I personally don't think they
You know,
The type of athlete,
So it's the Olympic rules. In American rules, yeah. The rules are different, but when it comes to Olympics, that's their rules and that's how they set things.
it's just strange because with Osaka, hopefully I'm saying her name correctly. With Osaka, it was the fact that she just asked for time and they wanted to put her on a fucking cross. With Simone Biles, this is medication that is prescribed by an actual physician. And if I'm yelling, please forgive me. And with Shikari, where she took the weed or when she was smoking it to relieve her stress, which, you know, if she had the proper documents, she would be prescribed weed as well, but we're not going to go there. Do people, when they sign up for these Olympics and they have these athletes and are training year round or 4 years or 6 years or however long it takes to train for an Olympic, are you telling me that they're not given, you know, the right paperwork or the right rules of what not to take, what to take, or how to work around them, how to work with our athletes? Because it seems to me that no one's really given a fuck about people's mental health, and they want to make it about, oh, it's illegal this, it's illegal that. Well, what about someone's mental health? What if, you know, if it was prescribed, why is it not that person able to take it if they're representing our country?
This goes to what was just said about the Olympics and the people who run the shit and make the rules or whatever, not involving and changing their shit with the times, like Ray just said.
I was thinking the same thing Crystal said. I'm like, and especially if it's a legal problem, if they're worried about if it's a prescription for the person and it might be an illegal substance for everyone else. I mean, don't y'all have security? Like, it's not hard to hire security around the athlete who's prescribed. It's not hard. That's not a hard thing to do. You can prevent a whole bunch of.
It's
and
not
they're not paying attention to this. It's a simple
rules
thing.
and regulations involving that type of shit needs to change. It's not a security thing.
Oh my god! But they quick to change COVID rules and shit like that, but they can't pay attention to their own shit. They have 4 years. Is it 4 years or 6?
Not to mention, not to think it's funny that they made all this
4 years.
About,
okay, so they have the
Olympics in Japan just to not even be able to have an actual live audience. But that's
but they actually have 2 years, I should say, because of the Winter Olympics. So they have 2 years to think.
Shit was funny to me.
Yeah, maybe that got its own rules in itself. So it may be a case of things just being uneven across the board because you're dealing with multiple corporations, because the Olympics is not just one corporation; it's a conglomerate of corporations that work for the Olympic Committee. So a lot of their rules is not going to look like our rules, and a lot of our rules they're not going to even take into consideration because we're the fucking laughing stock of the world as it is. So you got to take those things into consideration as well.
Also, this is one of the few times where mental health is being put in the forefront, and especially when it comes to athletes, a lot of them, when it comes to athletes, everybody has this suck it up attitude, especially since you make millions of dollars. So the casual person that doesn't know nothing about mental health, they're probably looking at that as like, suck it up, you make millions of dollars and you got endorsements. I wish I could do what you do, which
But then
a
again,
lot of
a
casual
lot of
people
these
don't
sports,
know.
There are whole billionaires who have just flat out committed suicide. I don't want to hear that shit.
but a lot of these sports, they don't update their rules. So a lot of their rules are based on different time periods, and they don't understand that the world has evolved and technology has evolved, but their rules don't apply to the evolved technology and system that's going on around them. So they're still living in like the 1990s when it comes to these rules and shit.
I think it's
I feel like if they
it's worse than
prioritize
that.
the athletes, I feel like if they prioritize the athletes, the rules will be more in the, envision.
But
If you prioritize, you'll know what to look for, because that will make you think of the rules and be like, that doesn't make sense right now.
But Wolf,
Because if they I just feel like they need to accommodate the
what
athletes.
sport in the world prioritizes their athletes?
NBA is doing a good job. That's why, like, they have the players sit out. This is the first. Trust me,
The
this
NBA are the NBA Players Association is fighting back. That's why.
Right.
Yeah,
That's what I was
it's
about to
doing
say. They're
better than the
trying, but that's only
NFL.
because
Doing
the
better
players
than the
themselves
NFL.
actually
But
They
standing up for
still
if we
act
want to
like
talk about
CTE
a sport that accommodates both the fans and the actual athletes, let's talk about the UFC, and then we'll just whatever others, because they accommodate both, and it's amazing. And like I think everybody should like take a page out of their book and start to do things in a different aspect, because like I said, a lot of the way these owners and these commissioners, they don't update. They don't change. That's why you have a lot of these
that's
racist
the problem,
owners.
is that a lot of these organizations are run by 60, 70, 80-year-old fucking white men who are stuck in a fucking racist,
Exactly, and they're still
freaking
they still
narcissistic
living in
ass
a
ways.
yeah. So that's the problem when the last owner of any sport is alive. Like once this cycle goes, everything should be fine after it. Hopefully, let's hope.
I mean, yeah, you do have a point, because I was reading this article earlier today about how millennials are starting to like take on more managerial roles and shit like that, and because of that, things have kind of improved as a result.
Exactly.
But it's like you say, them old motherfuckers just need to go because they don't want to evolve with the times.
Like let's just look at it in a sports. Let's look at it in the sports aspect, because this is I enjoy sports more than probably everybody here. So
let's keep it about that's a good
easier for me
idea.
to
Keep it
break
about
down.
the sports, because I was about to say something.
I'm about to say it's easier to break it down like this. Let's talk about the Clippers for a second. The Clippers had one of the most racist owners in sports, period. Oof. Mind you, he did not cater to the player or the fan. He only catered to his money. He only cared. That's why his team never succeeded. The moment a racist moment came out and he was forced to sell his company, and he sold it to a younger, more hip, more in tune person who wasn't racist, who was more in tune with how life is now. 40, 50-year-olds, they started winning games. They started accumulating better players, more high altitude players. But this is Los Angeles. This is not New Orleans in basketball. You know what I'm saying? New Orleans is mainly known for football. You know, this is not one of those small market states who might accumulate a good star if they get lucky. This is LA. Players should want to come play in LA, whether it's the Lakers or the Clippers, to be honest. But because of how they are ran and how it was ran in such an old fashioned and such a racist, background, they never flourished. But the moment that they were able to get rid of that bad seed and that selfish being, everything started to flourish and they were able to expand and people, started to respect them better as an organization. So, like, that's what I mean by owners have to learn to, give it up. Like,
pass it on.
Yeah, pass it on. I'm a Cowboy fan. I pray for the day Jerry Jones gives the operation to his son. Every day.
You ain't the only one.
I wish. Like, I know the day that he gives his son the company, the day he gives his son the Cowboys, the day we're gonna win the Super Bowl. I promise you.
Or just have a parade in the street for no reason.
Like it's come on,
see, man. I have to stop you on that. Here's my thing. Because of I guess the term used would be generational racism, how a lot of that shit gets passed down. Once I know what certain person is just a racist piece of garbage, I don't trust that family in general.
Jerry Jones isn't racist. He's a socialist.
And a capitalist.
He's just like Donald Trump. He's a socialist. He just thinks anybody who's broke is beneath him.
That's a capitalist, not a socialist.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a capitalist.
Okay, you know what I mean.
Right.
I always get them confused, but still, you get what I'm saying. That's all it is.
I can't say much because I don't know the motherfucker personally. So
no, but you can tell by the way they move, the way they talk, the way they run their companies, the way they, the way they try to fix things. When shit fuck up, they usually try to hurry up and pay people to shut them the fuck up. Here, money should make you happy because it makes me happy. Like that's what the fuck Donald Trump did it all the time. Come on, man, let's be real.
Nigga, that's the society. Donald Trump is a product of this motherfucker.
Exactly. That's why I say when people say Donald Trump was racist, I say wait a minute. He might be a little racist, but he is definitely a capitalist because he does not like broke people at all.
Any last words before we move on to our next topic?
Mental health is a serious thing, and now it's coming to the forefront. But they don't want mental health to be in the forefront because now people are going to start researching, people are going to start educating themselves, and that's exactly what they don't want, because then they'll come to understand that this entire society is dependent on you being mentally ill. So think about that for a sec.
Let's talk about how they just want everybody to stay off the weed. But it's not going to work.
It's not going to work. I feel like as this continues to become, I guess the correct term is trend. I'm trying not. That's a word I'm trying not to use. But as more people start to actually take the time to focus on what the fuck is going on inside their heads, like there's so much shit, not just within the world of sports or the world of politics, but like society in general is gonna go through this off the wall ass transformation.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of people who are acting out and lashing out, and they don't realize they're doing it. They think the shit they're doing is normal, not realizing they're just responding or lashing out because of whatever trauma there is happening to them in the moment or whatever they've gone through in the past. They don't realize they're doing the shit.
Look, like it or not, Simone Biles is the GOAT. All right. if you have to, she has to basically go in there with a handicap. That's how you know she's that good. For people and for the people that don't know about Simone Biles, just Google her. That's all I'm gonna say. I watched that the first time I watched
Go
her.
on YouTube and type in her name, and
Yeah,
all your questions about her and what she can do will be answered.
the first time I ever watched her, she was doing some stuff and people was talking about this is a bad Simone Biles, and yet she was still scoring tens across the board. That's how good she is. That on her bad day, she is still league ahead of anybody that was messing with her. Congratulations to that guy. I think her name was Soon Lee that won it for America. But also, let's be real, Simone Biles is the GOAT. And for a lot of people, it was like Jordan wouldn't quit on, because there was a tweet that said imagine Jordan quitting on a game 7 in the NBA Finals. I was like, Jordan never saw a game finals 7 in his life. Jordan never seen a game 7 in the finals in his life. He's like, please learn your basketball. And 2, Jordan quit in the middle of his prime. It's like, did you not see The Last Dance? Now he quit because his father was murdered, and yet he wanted to play baseball like his father did. But other than that, yes, some people they take breaks. People do take breaks. So even just because you may have a mental fortitude to work through things that you don't want to work through, that's good for you. But some people need breaks. And I've seen it where people just snap when they really need a break and they work too hard. Some people just need breaks.
Oh man,
We
you
still
saw me with my little situation.
We still waiting for Rihanna to drop an album. What are you talking about?
And I'm honestly, and this is just for the casual people, not even for Simone Biles. I hope to a point where a lot of jobs be looking at people just hey, just go take a mental health break or just take the day off and just get your thoughts together and all that. So I hope jobs will be accumulated to that, because obviously the days of the factory worker days are over.
I just want to say something real quick, and this is in regards to the conservatives that was talking shit. Simone Biles owes this country absolutely nothing, because more than a gymnast, that's a black woman. And the shit that you continue to say about her people, she owes this country absolutely nothing. As a matter of fact, y'all should be kissing the motherfucking feet that she's on the ground that she's walking on, because she made American gymnastics relevant again. Because who was doing it before her?
Gabby Douglas.
Yeah, Gabby Douglas too. I'm gonna add Gabby Douglas in there. Another black woman, might I add.
Yeah. But I get what you're saying. Before that, it was a long, long dry spell, and nobody really cared about gymnastics like that.
Long story short, if we could wait for Rihanna to drop an album, we could wait for Simone Biles to get back into the Olympics next time.
Rihanna not dropping an album though, but I understand what you mean. I be saying that all the time.
Rihanna got to give us at least one more before she retires.
No, she don't.
No, she don't. No, she don't.
No, she do not.
No, she don't.
She doesn't actually. I understand she doesn't.
We want her to drop one more before she retires.
She's still eating off of anti. She's still eating off of anti. Let her do Fenty. Let her do lingerie. Before I get to
name a Rihanna album that hasn't been right, just straight fire.
I think
we are not getting into this. Can we?
We're not getting to that. We'll get to that because we can get into another argument about that. I already had an argument about that in the party, and we'll talk about that later. Before I get to my next topic, Q. I know you've been holding this in for the past 2 weeks about the video I put about the dark-skinned girl getting passed over. Would you like to say something now before I get to it?
Why did you do it? Why did you do it? Why?
Go ahead.
Just yes or no. Just yes or no.
Yes. You know I want to say something. Oh my God. What the fuck is wrong with these fucking people, man?
Because I remember when I first posted it, you first posted it, you was like, I need the rant. I was all right.
I did tell you I needed the rant. The fucking disrespect that goes towards the dark-skinned woman is just ridiculous. It's just starting to get over I'm just over it. I don't even want to spend 10, 20 minutes doing this, but I got to because it just seems like y'all don't get it. Y'all don't understand it. Every time I come on this podcast, I gotta cuss you people out for disrespecting the black woman. And I am sick and tired of being sick and tired, just like the black woman is. I swear to God, it's just ridiculous. Leave these
Go
people
off, my
alone.
nigga.
Like, oh my God, that woman was beautiful, and you goofy ass nigga, you say because you don't like dark skin. You could at least have the humility not to say that shit out loud if that is your
Go
preference.
off.
But don't completely disrespect her in front of all the rest of these women right here, like they above her or like she's beneath them or some shit like that. When really you the goofy motherfucker for even making this whole fucking podcast in the first fucking place. Why is this even a fucking trend, my guy? Why does it even fucking matter? Why do you feel like you even have the authority or power to line up a bunch of beautiful women and determine I want her, I don't want her, I want her, I don't want her? Like, you goofy, stupid, dumbass nigga. That's why these women don't deal with us no fucking more, because the niggas like you who do stupid shit like that and don't have no fucking respect. If somebody did that shit to your fucking mother, you'll have a fucking problem. But we ain't doing that shit. You doing that shit to these random ass females. And some of these fucking females are dumb enough to stand in front of them, but this ain't about them. It's about these dumbass niggas who keep thinking it's okay to be disrespectful. That's why I pray to God. I wish a motherfucker would do it to my daughter, because my daughter's dark skinned. So if you try my fucking child, there's gonna be a fucking problem. But that's not even the subject. Young, leave these women alone, bro. Leave them alone.
Nigga.
If you ain't gonna bother them, leave all the dark skinned women in a bucket, and all the dark skinned women lovers will deal with them from there. Like, is that
Get
fucking
'em.
bro? Why the fuck? What was the fucking point, bro? That shit's stupid. Y'all niggas is young and dumb and retarded.
Get him.
Now, Q, I will say this, because the women do have a chance to smash the past the dude. Does that still make it apply? Because
No.
like you don't care at all
No, nigga, what the fuck? What is the point? What is the point? What is the point?
to smash a pass.
What?
But,
but
don't
the
get me
premise-
wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I don't like this trend at all because A, I think some of them niggas be capping, and B, like it looks very embarrassing. And this is me personal. Reminds me a lot of the slave trade auction blocks. It's just like I want that nigga.
Exactly. Oh, I don't want this one. This one's too dark. Or I want that one. That one is light and pretty and it got nice eyes. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
You want to know what I think it is too? I just think it's niggas that don't know how to approach women doing this shit.
Exactly. So they
social media
do it.
shit.
These are a bunch. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but these are a bunch of narcissists who don't have no type of fucking class, bruh. Who don't have no type of game, no type of nothing. Y'all were raised by women, and all you do is abuse them verbally and physically, bruh. Instead of if you had a dad, your father would have told you how to approach a woman. He'll teach you the game. He'll teach you how to be smooth. He'll teach you how to be respectful. It ain't fucking hard, bruh. Y'all niggas want to do this shit to try to make yourself look better and make these women look worse. Like it, and for what? For what? Because you'll fuck with every woman in that fucking line.
And speaking of for what, if they did their homework, which a lot of us should, this whole dark skin, light skin, racial bullshit is bullshit. Because there's none that's better than the other. Because we were always black people now. We were always different shades. There was no mixing involved. There was always the dark, and there was always the lighter skin. Those always black people. Okay, and there were names like swarthy, tawny, all that stuff to describe each shade. It wasn't until mulatto came out, which means when you mix with a white person, then you have this whole bullshit of racial and this one passed and this, that, and the other. So this whole lining up these women and saying which one is better is bullshit anyway. There's no reason for it. There's no reason for it. It's based on, okay, we have, as black people, we have these shades to choose from. Which one do you like more? That's it. Not which one's better. Which one do you like more? Which one do you prefer?
To add to add to what you're saying, Wolf, fellas, how many times have I spoken about how during slavery, skin tone was pretty much used to pit us against one another? House niggas and field niggas.
Mm-hmm.
How many times have I mentioned that shit?
I'm so tired of it, bro. I swear, like, this is not even a rant. This is just really like me, just like from the bottom of my heart. I am so sick of it. It is really starting to
Man,
get to me.
as a nigga, as a motherfucker who, wow, I don't discriminate. I do have a preference for for my dark skinned black women. So spiritually, my hand is on your motherfucking shoulder right now.
And the fact of the matter is, there shouldn't be shame in even fucking saying that. There should be no apprehension in those words coming out of any man's mouth.
Like I said, yeah, my daughter is dark skinned, bro. Like, no, man. I love dark skinned women. I have a dark skinned woman right now.
Yes.
My daughter is dark skinned. I don't play about it. Like, that's just me. But I don't go around telling light skinned women, no, I don't choose you. I don't want you. I don't do this. I'm not like, for what? What is that doing for anybody? You're creating this narrative for other younger girls who are watching that to think that because they're dark skinned they can't. Like, I'm not having it, bro. I don't like it. I never liked it. I've never liked it. I don't know. It's not cool.
These same niggas that's talking about they want to talk, they don't want no dog. I bet your mama blacker than a motherfucker.
Right. Isn't that always the ironic part about it?
Every time you bring it up, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something every time.
Real talk, as you should.
I'm gonna defend it every time, bro. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. Ray knows. He knows it.
They want to act like Bria Miles don't exist. Angela oh fuck, man.
We go down.
Duffy the body. Are you serious? What's up?
Shorty from Star. That was Destiny. What's her last name?
Ryan Destiny, my baby.
Ryan, Ryan, yeah.
You know how wrong she would look if she was any shade lighter? You know how wrong she would look? She's beautiful as she is, a beautiful black queen, son. That's it. There's nothing to take what you are is what you fucking are, yo. Appreciate what you got, to look at. Look at what we got, son. Look at what we got to choose from. You want to disrespect the other one? Oh my God. Our own woman too, son.
Let me tell you something.
I said this before. I'm going to say it again, and this will be the last thing. This will be the last of me on this whole thing because I'm sure we got other stuff to discuss. I try to show love to all women, regardless of your skin tone, regardless of your race, whatever the fuck. But damn it, I love my chocolate.
Nah, it's only chocolate for me as far as I'm concerned. But I just want to say real quick, Ray, it's so serious to the point where I would drop Tinashe for Ryan Destiny. And you know how much I fucking love my Tinashe.
Yeah, you love your Tinashe.
But another thing is, like, this social media shit is gotten, like, that's why it's so hard to date. That's why it's so hard to talk to certain women and certain dudes, because this social media shit has warped our minds to the point where we don't have the luxury of knowing people anymore. We take one good glance like we do at the motherfucking social media because we like to scroll and we like to glance and then scroll and then glance and scroll. We treat people the same way as we do in social media. Yeah. That's why it's so
took away the human experience.
Yeah, that's 100%. Why it's so easy for them to be doing that smash or pass shit or talk to black women as if they're objects or something that, they gotta compete in order to get your attention. We've completely lost our way as a people, and it's showing through the youth because the youth reflects the shit that fucking adults glorify in this motherfucking society. So it would make sense that self-hating Negroes are gonna birth self-hating children. That's just how it is. That's how the cycle continues because people in their mindset, people in like the mental part of their being, they don't fucking develop that shit. They don't get hit about the world they live in. And that's why you got Negroes over here. You talk to them about racism, they don't know what the fuck you're talking about because they have been so psychologically damaged to the point where like everything they say is mush and they're looking at their brother and sister as if they just another nigger that the fucking slave masters saw them years ago. It's the same motherfucking shit. And I think social media has played a role in the collective cooning of our people.
But now I have to before I go touch on what you just said, I got to ask a question Can you really call it hatred if a motherfucker just don't know any better?
Yes, I can call it hatred because why would you ever be in a position? Why would you ever be in that position, knowing the history that your people like? Why would you ever be in that position where you don't know, or you just your child is in a position where they can't legitimately tell that what they're doing is harmful to their community? Who in the fuck willingly hurts their community? Who? What type of people does that?
Touche.
I do want to give my 2 cents when you guys are done. I don't want to interrupt anyone.
Go ahead, Chris.
Go ahead.
Okay, so as a light-skinned woman born from a darker-skinned woman, and my sister's dark-skinned too, and my dad is my complexion, and he prefers dark-skinned women, but it doesn't mean that he doesn't love his light-skinned women, okay? But just being with my sister and mom, I've seen so much fuckery that it messed up both of their mental health. And I hope that, when they listen to this podcast, they don't think I'm battering them. Just, we'll be at church and my mom would introduce me to her friends. And I'd be like, oh, you can definitely tell she takes up from her father just because I'm a light-skinned little girl at the time. And I think that's fucking ridiculous. It's a lot of personal stories that I can talk about when it comes to darker skinned women, but I'm going to stick to my mom and my sister. I've seen so much racism towards them by their own people that automatically I'm just on, say anything, I'm going to beat your ass. That's just how I see it. Because at the end of the day, it's ridiculous how much stuff they have to deal with mentally. And it goes hand in hand. Even when I was born, and this is a personal story, but I'm going to say it. Even when I was born, because I was light-skinned, my mom thought that she birthed the wrong child. She didn't even want to hold me. Think about that for a minute. That's what's very fucking important for people to keep their racist beliefs towards darker skinned women to their fucking self until they educate themselves about the power that a dark skinned woman holds. And it doesn't mean it's more than the other. It just means that you're educating yourself about the truth of a dark skinned woman. Stop putting stereotypes to these beautiful women. It's fucking ridiculous. And I've seen it so many times. I've even had it in high school where this girl looked at me and said, ha, I'm lighter than you. And it's a dark skinned girl right next to us. And yes, the way that I reacted was wrong. I did get suspended for 3 days, but you know what? It was fucking worth it beating her ass. End of story.
Yeah, I think that's what we need more of. We need some more ass whoopings because talking ain't it. It ain't working.
She became dark then. You made that bitch black and blue. Anyway.
Yeah, but it just goes to show you that colorism is an old school thing. It's an old school thing. That shit came from
house niggas and field niggas.
That's a
house niggas and field niggas
affliction. So the fact that it's still going on today, that's why I keep telling people, like, really understand human beings, like human beings and just us as like a species. Like, study that shit. All this colorism shit, that shit is a drop in the fucking bucket. That is some like sinister shit that people came up with.
Mm-hmm.
If you disrespect any black woman around
niggas
this is a public service announcement for everybody, anybody. If you disrespect another black woman around me, I'm going to punch you in the face. I am tired. I'm sick of it. It is getting annoying. I ain't
mad at it.
I have a daughter. I have a mother. I have sisters. I have cousins. I have black women all around me. I have a girlfriend. I am not tolerating it anymore. I have women who fight for black men all day, every day. It's time for us to start doing the same thing. It is time. It's time now. We got to start returning the favor.
Any last words before we move on to our next topic?
It's a pull-up summer.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, and I believe Q because I seen him do it. So don't think he fronting. I seen him do it.
Shout out to Trinity Fatu, aka Naomi from WWE. That's all. That's it.
My bad. That was random.
Since we talking about dark skinned women.
I know. And even though I think this slowly transitions to the next topic I want to talk about. I saw this on Crystal's story about some dude reacting to a video about a man saying that Kevin Samuels is the guy that bullies the bullies and the black women are being the bullies. Now, the guy that was reacting to himself said, fellas, if you feel like that about a black woman, then you are a bitch nigga. Now, Crystal, it came from your story, and I looked at it and I wanted to talk about it. And you obviously want to talk about it too. So I'm gonna start with you. What do you think about that whole video? And basically, do you think that men feel bullied by women, especially black men feeling bullied by black women?
All right. I wouldn't. Okay, so this is going to sound harsh. I don't really go to my words, but a man feeling bullied by a woman that he has to protect. Come on now. Are we in a relationship?
I'm sorry. I gotta laugh.
Man, and I feel bullied in some way. Why? Because you didn't talk about what you needed to talk about or stand up for yourself or put up boundaries. Don't blame that on the woman you fucking picked. Blame that on yourself for not opening your mouth, because you'll definitely try to open your mouth to talk to another bitch. So let's not act like we cannot open our mouth when it's time to open our fucking mouth, because then that means you're not a man, you're a boy. And you're still trying to balance your emotions, but don't bring that shit into a relationship. In fact, don't even be in a relationship. And to narrow it down to the black woman, shut the fuck up, okay? Racism and color always comes into play when people do not want to take responsibility for their own suffering. Fear is something you make up on your own. Do not blame the black woman, and don't blame you not having balls enough to open your mouth and stand up for yourself, or picking the wrong woman where you have to feel like a victim in your own fucking house. So at the end of the day, that whole topic was fucking ridiculous. And Kevin Samuels, he says some shit that's right. He says some shit that's very disrespectful. But at the end of the day, these men that's following Kevin Samuels don't even have half of the understanding of what Kevin Samuels is saying. That's another thing. The people that's following Kevin Samuels is just using him as a tool to stay complacent, to stay ignorant in their thinking. And then they are running to a specific group of women and just dropping a load of fuckery. Can we stop doing that shit? That's all I have to say, because that shit was ridiculous.
I say these so-called gurus, these internet personalities that call themselves trying to give romance or relationship advice, fuck all these niggas. Stop listening to these niggas in general. Be it Kevin Samuels, Derek or Darren, whatever the fuck with that bullshit from a few months ago, whoever the fuck it is. I don't care who it is. Fuck all these niggas. Ignore these niggas. First of all, a lot of the shit they spit is a bunch of generalized bullshit. Let's start with that. Second, if you actually pay attention to these niggas, if you really know anything about these motherfuckers, their own romantic lives aren't even together. The fuck I look like taking any type of love or romance, any type of advice from motherfucker. Your own situation is fucked up. You got X amount of baby mamas. You've been married and divorced God knows how many motherfucking amount of times. I don't know how Steve Harvey still has a motherfucking fan base. Explain him to me, please. Come on,
he got a bald head.
He's married. He is married.
And that's going to come to an end at some point or motherfucking other, just because he's Steve Harvey.
What I noticed about these guys, they have like a MGTOW energy about them.
Bruh.
And with that, all the audience is nothing but women hating dudes, son.
The He-Man Woman Haters Club.
Straight up. And that's why when they argue, it's so general. Like Father said, they're always general. And I've seen one of those videos she had in a story before. He was talking to some guy, And this, the bald one now, he's doing nothing but bitching and complaining. The dude in the bottom, he's trying to find solutions. And the one on the top is his show, and he's just dragging this thing. That conversation did not have to last that long. He's just pulling in this. He just wants points, saying shit like all men would agree with, and smart women would agree with, just to keep it going, just to build that. You could see that from this, because there's no substance in what he's saying, and he's using black woman as the bullseye for this shit. A black man, insane.
I just got one more thing to say about this topic. I know it's getting a lot, but people who follow Kevin Samuels, it's a good example to state what I'm going to say, because I had to bump into one of Kevin Samuels' followers, but they put a topic for random people to answer. So they said, okay, well, what do you think about Kevin Samuels? Of course, I'm going to be truthful. I said his delivery of the message is very disrespectful and is only going to coincide with narcissistic people. What was the question? It was about Kevin Samuels, the person or the author. He said, what men are saying is that women talk to men in any kind of fashion. Does that mean that the majority of women are narcissistic? Okay.
What kind of question is that?
Okay, but I responded, and this is the type of motherfuckers that follow this guy, okay? But I'm just saying, I said yes. Anyone that cannot explain their perspective in a respectful manner and berate someone else, no matter the sex, especially when they are on a large platform, should not be considered to speak to the masses. What's interesting to me about the response of your question is that you attacked me about that it was about Kevin Samuels. Was it not? Somehow now it's about the majority of women. I see your biased stance here. That's what I'm saying. Men who are scared of women and cannot put up boundaries, this is how they do. They say stupid shit or ask stupid questions and respond angrily. It was nothing angry about my comment, but he made it about something that he's heard about. I'm not here. I'm not your therapist. Let's stick to the topic.
I just think it's very interesting that you bring that up, because I've seen like this type of mentality a lot, and the type of men that Kevin Samuels appeals to are the type of men that get angry when they supposedly put in the effort and the woman still ain't feeling them. As a man, like when you get rejected by women, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to just take it to the chin and move on. There's 7 billion people on this earth. You know what I'm saying? The conquest is supposed to be what drives you to go to that in the first place. And
I'm gonna do you one better, Fano. Women outnumber men by, I believe it's a 3-to-1 ratio.
I mean, yeah, and even with that, you still got motherfuckers that think one rejection from one girl is the end of the world, and I hate women now, so women are terrible people because my feelings and all that shit. That's somebody that hasn't really processed their emotions. That is someone that
incels.
That is someone that has not really understood their emotions. And if you're not teaching, like, because in this society, as we all know, men are literally taught to
who ain't
be
got
entitled
confidence in their motherfucking self. That's a weak ass nigga.
Yeah, but the thing is, the weak ass niggas is the default of this society. That's what society wants you to be. Society wants you to be a beta male. That's some beta male ass shit.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it this way. Ever since
When
you
I
was
was
a
thinking
child,
if woman ain't want me, that's your L, baby.
Yeah, but Dion, think about it. When you was a child and you watch and you had other children with you, and as young boys, the shit that you have seen, the shit that gets played in your ear, the shit that you watch on TV, the shit that people advise you as a little boy as you're growing up into adulthood, and the shit that is constantly put into these young men's brains, like, bruh, I'll give you a very good example. Like, y'all remember that it was a very big thing. They're like, there would be a girl, and this would be on TV all the time. Like, there'd be a girl, she's pretty. The guy would want to talk to him, would want to talk to her, but then the girl would always go for the tough guy or the macho guy or the masculinity guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? That type shit. They project themselves into those type of images. So when they get rejected by women, it's like, oh, you're just reaffirming the stereotype that I've been indoctrinated with, that y'all just go for the bad guys, y'all just go for the dudes that ain't shit. So I'm gonna do that too, and then I'm gonna hate women because obviously, you know, I was the hero and I got rejected. You know what I'm saying? It's main character syndrome all over again. And that's why you got so many bitch ass niggas out here sitting there crying because some girl said no.
Hey, shout out to Arnold Shortman. Because he's
wait, who?
Arnold Shortman is a nice young boy who's about 10, 11 years old. That used to get bullied by a girl named Helga Pataski.
Oh my God.
Arnold Shortman.
Oh my God.
Hey, I can't stand you, Q.
Go sit in the corner. I never knew that nigga's actual last name.
It was a joke. It was a joke in the last movie that his last name was Shortman. Because his grandfather always called him Short.
Right.
I know where you got that from.
It was like we never knew his actual last name. Like,
that is the only person who should ever feel like he was getting bullied. And even then, he played it cool. He was the coolest person on the show, and he ended up getting.
But the whole time, Helga wasn't off with the nigga.
No, hold on, because I have a question, and Crystal, this question is for you. So, as a woman, right? If, like, let's say there's a man that you know that you like, and you know you're starting to get to know or whatever. Which would make you more upset? The fact that he's fucked multiple women, or the fact that he's still friends with multiple women that are on his phone on speed dial right now? Which one?
Oh, the friends, because it's an emotional relationship.
Thank you.
I'd rather have a dude if he was promiscuous or, you know, sowing his oats. I get it, all right, but I would rather him be not emotionally involved with these bitches versus being emotionally involved, because being emotionally involved with a bitch can evolve into something bigger, especially if they're weak-minded and they're pretending to be strong just for your performance. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really going to be able to tell. But, you know, if I know he's the type of dude back in the day to fuck him and leave him and know that he's going to stick with me, then it's all good. That was your past. We can keep it pushing. Just keeping it real.
Thank you for that. And the reason why I asked that question is because I made a similar statement years ago on my Twitter, and everybody and niggas got upset when I said this. And I'm like, bruh, if you the type of nigga to have sex with multiple women, like, yeah, you know, you was being a hoe. That's a hoe phase. But if you are the type of nigga to have a whole bunch of women in your phone number, and like, let's say for the sake of this example, you didn't fuck any of them, that's a successful hoe right there. That's a nigga that can get women. That's a nigga that's secure within himself. So it makes him that much harder to pursue, because he's always gonna have options, because that man genuinely understands what it means to treat a female right, and what it means to, like, you know, what it means to just know women. You know what I'm saying? But these dudes, you, like, again, they get rejected, they get upset, they can't get the numbers, they don't know how to talk to women in the first place. Everything has been manufactured for them. So, like, they take their masculinity away from a society that does not teach masculinity in the first place. That's why hyper masculinity is a thing, because they gotta fucking overcompensate. And it shows with niggas like Kevin Samuels sitting there talking about, I'm a high value man because I make 6 figures and I can attract high value women. Like, bruh, at the very end of the day, you as a man, manhood is about fixing your mistakes whenever possible and owning up to your shit whenever you fucking make a mistake. That is what manhood is, because life is a journey. Life is hard. You're supposed to go through shit so it will strengthen you in order to face the next thing. It flows. Life flows. It's not a sprint. It's not a race. It flows. But because we live in a fucking inadequate society, young boys are taught to believe that the faster you run, the more women you're going to get, the more money you're going to get. And then when they realize that they're not running fast enough, they turn into little bitch-ass beta male incels and blame it on women because, well, you know, you were supposed to love me when I was down. You were supposed to deal with me. Shut the fuck up.
But not only that, it's kind of like when you have a guy that
It's one thing to build with a motherfucker, but if you ain't got nothing to build with, you ain't got nothing to build off of. I mean,
See what
fuck.
I'm talking about. Anyway,
Just saying.
look, so it also gives, when a guy has a lot of female friends and he has an emotional relationship with them, and you're not the only one, it also makes the woman step up her fucking game. You are not the only one, but it also shows that he does have control. But that's what we're missing. We don't have that.
What are we missing? Can you say that again?
We're missing having, I guess, healthy competition. Does that make sense? So now we have the baby boys that if you say no, they're gonna throw a fucking tantrum. And they're gonna fuck anything that moves. And if that girl don't want to fuck, then they're this, they're that. They're like what you call it? They're like those people that you put in a line and you pick out who you want. That's want it because they don't know what healthy competition is anymore. They don't have to work for anything. That's what kind of society that the relationship is building.
I absolutely agree. That is a fact.
I know a lot of people like Kevin Samuels, and I know a lot of people don't like Kevin Samuels. Like I say, the same thing about a lot of people. They're needed because they are the medium of what we could put. I don't want to say put people in boxes, but where people stand at, depending on where they like them or not. Like, do I agree with everything Kevin Samuels say? No, but I know he's there for a reason because there are some women out there that are delusional. That's the one thing I will say. Like, there are some, I know a lot of people don't watch this content. There's some content I watch where the women are overly delusional. And that's where, his point stands out the most. Now, with the contrast of, women feel bullied, do black men feel bullied by black women? I've never been bullied by a black woman. And, I've grown up with a lot of black women around it. Nah, I got two. That's my little sister. And first off, I got too much of a mouth to be bullied by anybody. I don't argue with women, but anybody has known me, I got a mouth on me. So it's like you couldn't bully me if you tried. But one thing I do realize about a lot of people in this generation, y'all remember, I don't know, most of y'all remember Marciano when he was on here. He went through a phase that I used to call the fuck bitches phase. It's like when you get out of a relationship that was so bad that you just hate every woman that you see. He went through that. I know I went through that in the Navy. It's a very, very toxic phase. I'll tell anybody, it's a very toxic phase. You need to get out of it. I feel like a lot of people that follow Kevin Samuels and try to take everything he says like it's the word of law are in that fuck bitches phase. And they're not really looking through things in a logical way. Even though they want to say they're logical, a lot of people, especially the men that in them fuck bitches phase, they sometimes in their feelings because let's say, they've been with someone that's they spent $200 on a date and they still didn't give them nothing. And I had a homegirl. She told me this dude spent $300 on him and I still didn't give him no. So it's funny. In the back of my head said, well, I'm not gonna spend $300 on you. So she I promised. The funny thing is, I did promise I was gonna buy her a new purse, and the purse was nothing but $40. And she tried to hit me. She's like, "Well, I seen this. I damn near pushed that girl out the mall. I said, I'm not buying you another goddamn thing. You tried it." Shout out to hers. But I think a lot of men, if you feel bullied by women, you really need to take a big look at yourself because you shouldn't feel like that. I know there are some quote unquote alpha females, or it's just females that are just hard body, but if you look at our condition, especially the product of our environment, a lot of them had to grow up that way. A lot of them had to hustle for what they get. And a lot of them have to get it on their own, especially in this time of age. A lot of women are getting on their own. A lot of women are going to school. A lot of women are graduating with not just bachelor's, but master's. Now, if I'm correct, and this is just off of the head, I don't know. Not a lot of men go to college. We're used to like we're used to just working for most of our time, and that's how we get our money. So, but now we're in an era where like you need a bachelor's degree just to get base pay.
Yeah.
So like it throws a lot of men off because a lot of men like usually, especially like someone like my grandfather, he's been working since he was 13. You can't do that now. And a lot of men, they go to the military, but even then, like you could drop out of high school and go to the military. You can't do that now. You at least need a GED to go to the military. I don't want to say men need to step up because I feel like everybody has to step up. But I do feel like the way the jobs is now, the women are already a step ahead of us. I will say that because they're out, like I said, they're out there getting degrees for whatever jobs they get. And some of the jobs they get is right high five, low six. And like the average man makes about what 50K a year, and the average woman make about at least 42 or something like that. These are numbers coming off my head, but most of the women that come on there, they do like have 6-figure jobs. Also, for the men, if you're not making 6-figure jobs, Kevin Spacey's not even talking about you, and he said that many a times.
Yes,
He said my content is literally for people that make 6 figures and up, and considers themselves high value men. Like he does have a like definition that he breaks down. So a lot of you brothers that try to follow Kevin Spacey's rhetoric, and y'all not even close to like 6 figures, y'all need to stop it.
They're not gonna.
They're not gonna, but they need to stop it. It's you're, especially if you're in your early 20s. It's like talk to women. Just have a conversation with women. One thing that got me out of my fuck bitches phase was I talk to women, and not just trying to fuck, but just trying to get to know. Like that helped to me. That personally helped me out that fuck bitches phase. And I usually tell everybody, it's like, look, just have a conversation with these women. You will honestly, they will tell you like more than they will probably tell someone they probably want to fuck. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some women that they'll tell you what they want and they go for the complete opposite. That's up to you to figure that out. But most of the times, it's like a lot of women will tell you, like just off the bat, especially if they feel trustworthy of you and all that other stuff. You should never feel bullied by a woman. But like I said, I know a lot of you do. And I'm going to just end it like this. We don't need to be walking behind, nor we don't need to be walking ahead. We need to be walking side by side with our black women, and we need to be like working together, doing things like this meme said, oppression is not a competition. All right. We need to be side by side with each other.
No, but Ray, the man is the head. The man is the head.
My mother bullied me.
The way this generation works, it's not even the way this generation even works is like both households need to be making money.
My mother bullied me.
More, and it has to not only be you, or else you're going to be homeless in a heartbeat.
How about that? My mother bullied me.
Wow.
Since we talk about bullying,
my mama was the biggest bully I ever met.
The biggest bully I knew. Took my shit when I ain't do what she asked me to. Embarrassed me in front of my friends. You know what I'm saying? Sent me to my room. I got bullied.
I love my mama, but
I love my mama. I love you, baby.
I love my mama too, but she was the biggest bully like I've ever had. But I got through it. At the same time, I done said things to my mom that a kid should never say to their mother. So, so mostly, like father knows half the shit I done said to my mom that I won't repeat because
I'll punch you in the face. I'll punch you square in your fucking glasses, Ray.
Because every time I explain, a lot of girls say, if I was your mom, I'd have beat your ass. Like,
shit, my mom beat my ass for some of the shit you said.
One time I was acting up and I slammed the door. Like my mom came through, kicked my door open, and gave me an Eddie Guerrero 5-star frog splash, and then punched me. I deserve it, but that whole time when she was, jumping in the air, time slowed down, and I swear to God, she was in slow motion, and I could see myself in her, and I could see the fear in my own eyes. And she 5-star frog splashed me, and then punched me.
I think personally, you was more impressed that she did it better than you did.
Bruh, she jumped like you know how Shaman Man did the coast to coast?
Oh man.
Oh
That
my
was like that,
god.
but not being on the top.
Man.
He did that without being on the top rope.
God.
That's what,
Shit.
Oh God. Oh God. I'm a,
to this day, I still think about that, and I'm like, that is the most amazing shit I've ever seen.
shit. My mother pulled the Big Show on me. She threw me in a corner, and I was crying. She told me to shh, and then slapped the hell out of me afterwards.
Some horror movie shit. What are you talking?
Did I ever tell y'all the story about how my mom threw a fish at my little sister?
Wait, what? I want to hear this.
I know the story
oh
about.
my God.
I know the story about your mom like chasing your sister, and it only took her like 3 steps to go upstairs.
Yeah, because my mom had thigh problems, and because my little sister threw pepperoni in the trash, and when my mom saw that shit, she saw fucking red. So she's like, "Who put the pepperoni in the trash?" And I was like, "Oh shit!" Now, mind you, okay. I'm in my fucking room. I'm upstairs, and I'm in my room, and I can hear my mom downstairs yelling out of her fucking mind. So then I noticed again, and my cousin was with me at the time. So we was up there. And all I hear is my little sister screaming for her life. She's like, ah! Ah! Running up the stairs. So then I look behind because I'm trying to see who the fuck is screaming like that. And then I see my mom fucking running up the stairs like she's the fucking Grim Reaper. My sister fucking, she runs to her bed. I don't know why she ran to her bed to try to hide under the covers. Where my mom caught her and beat her so bad she couldn't breathe for like 10 seconds. She was on the floor like, I can't breathe. And me and my cousin are on the floor fucking dying. Cause bro, you just got your ass whooped, and the first one that come to your mind is you grasping for air. That's some funny shit.
Damn.
Like that good ass whipping.
Oh yeah, that's good. Oh man.
I've never seen my mother run up some stairs because she's always like, even to this day, she struggles with stairs. But that day, she was not struggling.
Hey, I thought my father was qualified to play quarterback for somebody because he threw an Arizona can clearly across the hallway, and it I swear the Arizona can it didn't elevate. It was in one spot. And you just seen it rotate. And it just got closer and closer. And you just watching in amazement. Like, how does he do it? And by the time you finish it hits you in the eye. And you're like, how do I can't even get an Arizona can to get in the trash can. You threw it across a hallway from your room to my room. Like, I couldn't even I think I was talking back. My father hated talking back. Because he didn't even like to talk. My father hates talking. So if he got to say something and then you spend more time talking back and he got to repeat himself again, he's already pissed off that he got to say something. So now he got to say something more than what he was originally trying to say. All right, now you got to get hit. So you can shut up and I can hurry up and finish what I was saying so I can go back to what I was doing. Like, so I could have sworn, like, and this was like when Detroit was terrible. Like I almost put his name in a ballot for them to like try him out for the Detroit Lions. He might have did something at one point. Like 5 yards, Peyton Manning did. Peyton Manning threw 5 yards and less and won a Super Bowl. So I figured my father could do it. It's just why are parents so good when they're your parents?
I don't know.
That's God. You're gonna have to ask God.
Like the aim is good. Their aim is good. Like their reflexes are good. Their hearing is crazy. They can hear anything.
You answered your own question.
When they're mad, it's just another level. I just don't get it.
Nah, but think about it like this, Q. The same way they got power over you, we got power over them too. Because think about all the shit we got away with as kids.
Lord have
mercy. Like I said, my mouth got me in more trouble than I need to. So
And who'd you get it from?
My mother.
Exactly.
I've always
Wow.
I tell people all the time. I got my father's work habit, but my mother's mouth, and my that shit is ruthless.
Yeah. Hey, Ray will break you down like a father.
Hey, Q was there. Remember the time I talked about that one girl's breast?
Oh man. Hey, it's sad. Ray is like he's like a cross from, like, I don't know how to say it. Like he's like the black version of Steve Wilkos. It's ridiculous. Like he's like it's like, get off of my stage. Like it's like after everything he says, he's just like he's ready to throw a chair at you. Like like he deserves to be in the WWE, because I swear his promos are like CM Punk worthy. Like it's ridiculous.
Nigga, I'll still never forget the time you went at Ernest for them sandals.
Oh man. Good God.
Damn.
Oh my god!
I would never forget just the time you and Father spent on Kenny is the greatest moments of my life. It was like ping pong. It was like I just felt like okay, it's Tuesday. I think Father gonna kill his ass today.
I came very close. Let me tell you, I came very close.
It was the first time I met Kenny was because Ray, I think I was out for like one semester, and Ray had called me one day. It was like, yo, Q, it's this nigga up here, and I'm like so close to choking him out, but I don't know what to do. And I'm like, hey, Ray, don't do nothing. I'm on my way. I show up. Ray knows if you call me, I'm gonna show up. I show up. And Ray he's already in class. So by the time I come in the lounge, it's only 5 or 6 people there, and Kenny is one of them. But I don't know it's Kenny. All I know is this annoying ass kid in here that won't stop talking and asking questions and saying unnecessary shit. So before Ray even directs me to who Kenny is, I already don't like Kenny. So it's like,
Damn.
so it's like,
Oh my! Is Kenny listening now?
No, nah.
no, it's just the fact that it was just, oh my god, that it was.
It was that
amazing.
obvious who the person in question was.
Yeah, like it was just like I wanted to know who. I'm thinking it's like somebody who really needed to get kicked in the face, because it's like, you know, hey, we like D Generation X, shorty. Like Ray, like if you play Skullgirls, Ray is Peacock. If he do a special, all his homies gonna come out and jump you. So like, yeah, that's it. But that, oh my god, that used to be the funniest shit in the fucking world, man.
Yeah, my favorite time is homeboy. He was about to lose his girl to another dude, and I kept playing all the fucking songs like "I Love Your Girl," "Mr. Still Your Girl."
Petty.
You gonna lose him, and then I played it. I was right next to him when I was playing these songs.
Petty.
Let me tell you something.
So petty.
Hey Ray,
Bro, we was singing all them bitches. Me and Ray was over there singing all the fucking songs.
Oh, Ray is King Petty. Ray is fucked up. Y'all don't understand how fucked up Ray is.
Was it like put that woman first, treat her like a lady? I was playing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I think it was another time when Ken didn't like. There was a girl that liked Kenny for some reason, and he didn't know her name. So I played Alicia Keys. You don't know my name, right next to my name.
Ray, what the fuck?
Nah, how about the time he told us he was getting kicked? His mom was kicking him out, and then you played "She's Homeless" by Crystal Waters.
Yo, honestly, look, it's fucked up, yes, but normally I would have felt bad for him, but he pissed me off so much that I just played "She's Homeless." I was like,
Crystal, you don't know Ray with a speaker is the most pettiest person in the fucking universe.
Nah, that speaker was amazing.
That speaker spoke volumes, bro.
And he had a song for every fucking situation too.
It didn't matter.
It did not matter.
And Ray was like, you can ask Ray the name of a song by humming it, and he'll know like instantly. Like, hey, oh, that's such and such. I got that song right here saved. Why do you have that song saved, Ray?
Just conveniently enough.
Yeah,
I just put it in my playlist yesterday. How do you put this on your playlist yesterday?
You know what would be petty though?
Your new name is Shazam, nigga. But anyway.
Go ahead, Crystal.
Wait, what would be funny if you were to do a skit where you're having an argument with your girl, and instead of responding with words, you respond with songs?
I thought about
I think it's a YouTube series like that.
Yo,
I thought about that.
That's hilarious.
Oh man. Oh God, you don't want to do that because I'm gonna use all future verses.
I think somebody got a YouTube series like that.
Bars.
And if they don't, then Ray, you might have an idea.
Future fucked up bars.
My God.
The worst thing Future could say, I'm gonna use it.
Thank you, Q, because you just reminded me. Ray, you remember when fucking Ken told that story and the first song you played was fucking Thought It Was a Drop by Future? I just fucked your bitch. It's some Gucci flip-flops.
Yeah, he told this story like he had sex with this girl, pumps, he was done. I was just
one pump. She orgasmed after one pump.
Oh shit!
After one pump, I was like, "Yo, all right."
And she was quiet because she was a virgin. I remember.
Hey, no, that speaker does wonders. No, that's
what he said, and I literally paused my game and looked at him.
That speaker was a better wingman than Ray, and that's very hard to do. Ray wouldn't even say a word. Ray and CB doing anything, talking to somebody, and I wouldn't even be trying to talk to somebody. I'd be having a simple conversation with somebody, and you'll just hear music playing in the background. All of a sudden.
So I think everyone needs that though. A friend like that. I think everyone needs that.
No, you don't. Why? Because Ray doesn't acknowledge that he plays the music. Ray just plays the music, turns back around. He's playing the game like he never played.
But then that's the beauty of it. The subtlety of the shit. That's the beauty of it.
But you looking at Ray like, Ray, this is not the time to do this.
You don't even have to look at the niggas. Don't give it away. Just whatever's happening is happening. Just
Ray is the best worst friend I ever had in my life.
I never knew I could be as petty until I met Ray.
Oh man. Ray's petty sprinkles, and it just creates more pettiness out of everybody to where like we just spend our days just, reminiscing on fucked up shit that we did to people throughout the day.
Shit, just throughout the day. Shit.
Bro,
like, what?
It's been, we was in that school a long motherfucking time. There was nothing else to do but that.
Hey, Ray, the day I knew Ray was petty, he didn't do anything. It was him on the video game. Ray's uppercut on Super Smash Brothers was so petty. It made me believe that anything he said out of his mouth, like, oh God, like, is he just randomly he just uppercutting. He's not even hitting people. He's just trying to hit people. Like he's not doing nothing else.
I'm gonna hit you.
he just like the whole match. You just see him uppercutting. He's just trying, and it's like, Ray, stop. He's like, nope, I'm gonna catch somebody. Like Ray, you know how to play the game. You know how to play the game, Ray. And that's why I'm like, Ray, you know how to play the game. He's like, so I'm gonna catch somebody. And then all of a sudden you see somebody fly. I'm like,
all of a sudden you hear ping.
Right. Oh my God. Rude.
That nigga will run across this fucking stage and ping.
Ping.
Hey, it taught everybody how to block. It taught everybody how to block.
Hey, I swear. Hey, it taught me how to block and I ain't even play it.
I said the first time I knew someone was learning, dude's name we called him Black Chris, and like because he kept getting hit by it, and then one time when I was trying to get it, he just kept blocking. He's like, nope. I was like, okay, you're learning.
I think one time playing Smash Brothers, I just stayed away from your ass because of that shit.
Everybody stayed away.
If you pay attention to Ray's selection in video game characters, you'll see how rude he is. Like he picks rude motherfuckers in games.
Oh yeah, that's why I picked up Captain Falcon, and I tell people I said my Captain Falcon's not good. Only reason I pick him because I don't want to need you on stomp you.
That's it. That's the fucking. He picks the Charlotte Hornets for one person.
Oh my god!
Hey,
no,
Larry Johnson.
Oh my god, Grandmama.
Nigga, what?
Nah, I will never forgive Ray for the time we was playing that one basketball game. That nigga picked the team with Odell Curry in it, and he kept making dad jokes.
Hey, he is the real father. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you, father. You father. But before father, he was the real father because
Odell Curry,
daddy. That's what he used to do all the time. Every time he shoot, daddy.
Nah, you don't understand. This nigga was making dad jokes every fucking shot.
Exactly, it's the worst. No, Ray playing NBA games is like he makes the worst references in the world.
John motherfucking Stocks. Fuck.
Oh yeah. We was playing NBA Jam and all I was doing was shooting with John Starks. He hated that.
Nigga kept making threes.
Dog. Try playing him with Derrick Rose. And hear all the injury jokes he has for his own players. His own players. He has the worst jokes in the world, bro.
Ray would be petty.
All right, any last words before we get to our final thoughts?
Keep the petty alive. That's it.
Yes.
I don't think I'll ever turn my petty off because of you. I'm gonna be 60 years old with a speaker being petty. And you're like, why? Like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, it's not me.
Ray is the petty pope. He is the petty president. It's cool.
I'm glad I can help someone out there in this world. All right, we about to go to our final thoughts, and I'm gonna start with Dion.
All right. So what I was thinking of kind of pertains to what we were talking about with the situation with the baby and Lil Nas X. You recall earlier I said I kind of have an issue with the way people tend to act when it comes to homosexuals. I could never process the vitriol and the hatred toward them. You know? So my question is to the people who seem to have issues with these people, you know, with homosexuals, with LGBT plus whatever. What did these people do to you? Why do you have the disdain you have toward them? What did they do to you? If they've done nothing to harm you directly, you've got no reason to come at these people, talk about them. You know, I don't get it. I don't get it. And every time I talk to somebody about the shit, and they come at me with all these conspiracy theories about this whole homosexual agenda, whatever, which I could never get a clear answer on what that is. And then there's the church folks who come at me, who try to quote all the, you know, whatever scriptures talking about about the shit or whatever. First of all, if you actually know your history and you know certain things about like where the Bible came from, whatever. First of all, there's a lot of things that are left out, and there's a lot, and I mean a lot of mistranslations. Some of the stuff where they try to talk about supposed to be directed towards, you know, homosexuality and this, that, and the third. Did a little bit of digging and come to find out that shit is actually directed toward pedophiles and not homosexuals. So you might want to have a talk with some of these Catholics, but that's just me. Um, not to mention the fact that if you really want to bring religion into this in some way, shape, or form, if you want to go by standards set within the Bible of what a person should and shouldn't be doing, is this, that, and the third, we are all fucked up. So what? What's that saying or whatever? Like no one sin is greater or lesser than the other or something like that, something of that nature, right? So again, it's just a case of, you know, I don't get it. I don't get the concern over these people. Makes me kind of question these individuals just because, you know, for one, me having gay friends and relatives, come to find out a lot of the big homophobes are they're closet homosexuals. You know, makes sense because you're showing a little bit too much concern about where a man does and doesn't put his dick. You're showing a little too much concern for that. And also, there's bigger shit going on than, you know, men sleep with other men, women sleep with other women, yada 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 yada. For example, I mentioned, you know, I mentioned pedophiles a second ago. They're trying to legalize the shit. So while you're so concerned about what a dude is doing with another dude, someone somewhere is trying to make it legal for some creep to smash your toddler. Think about that. And that's all I got to say about that.
All right. Cue the Reese guys on you.
Can y'all hear me? Okay, y'all can hear me. All right. I want to talk about something real quick that isn't getting a lot of attention. Just give me a second. I want to find the actual article. Okay. This is about Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving and another big effort bringing clean water to Pakistani village. The lack of water resources is particularly critical. So, a Michigan-based NGO with Pakistani roots, meaning this was just bad. He basically put a solar-powered water plant in one of the district's poorest villages and one of the hottest places in the world that has a lot of sunny days. Kyrie and the Kai Family Foundation came to rescue, and this water plant will help serve 1,000 villagers. So I want to give a big shout out to that. And him being a philanthropist, continue to do everything to help the world. You know, he did it behind the scenes. It wasn't really seen. It wasn't really, broadcasted. And I just wanted to shout out that. And yeah, Ray, Summer Madness coming. Calico, stop ducking. Stop running. Consider are you 4'5" and still ducking. You know, we got John versus Sue Surf.
John 3-0.
Why did I know you was gonna say it?
Because I think Sue Surf's gonna choke. So
like, you think?
I know. Also, we get a battle 10 years in the making. Murder Mook versus Reed Dollars. I've been waiting on this battle.
Oh my God.
Say what you want, but my old ass been waiting for this battle for like 10 years.
It's cool, but you know who I'm going with, right?
Yeah, I
You
know.
know what I'm saying? You don't want to see Reed in the zone.
Reed the
Fuck
zone.
around and find Reed in the back of your home with a book bag, wall paint, vests and ammo, K over the shoulder, 2 Berettas, and Rambo. I'm not going against Reed Dollars, man.
I'm going with Mook.
Of course you are.
I watched that man rap for 30 minutes and didn't stumble. So
And he lost.
I don't know. We can debate on that later.
Yeah, we might need to because he lost to A-Verb. I'm sticking with it. A-Verb did not lose to both of them. He won, but he won one of them. Like, the fuck? I'm not letting. No, fuck that. I'm not letting that go. Like, he won one of those matches. Like, the fuck? This is ridiculous. But yeah, Summer Madness is coming. I'm really looking forward to that battle. Murder Mook versus Reed Dollars. You know, Sue Surf versus John and Don. I actually think Sue Surf is going to come with 2 rounds. He ain't gonna come with 3. You know, I ain't. You know, I wouldn't dare say that shit. But he'll come with 1 fire round, 1 good round, and then he's going to fuck up the 3rd round and Jersey the fuck out like he always do. This is John and Don about to go ahead and take the cake. That's it. That's all. Another sports in sports news that I just want to bring up real quick before we go. The Lakers did the most dumbest shit I ever seen in my life. They traded for Russell Westbrook. Don't know why. Who the fuck told y'all that was a good idea? But, you know, hey, to each his own. And the Nationals just traded everything that they had to the fucking LA Dodgers. I'm very sad today.
For who?
Fucking prospects. They traded Trey Turner and Matt Scherzer to the LA Dodgers for draft picks and prospects. Are you fucking serious? You trade the best closer in baseball and one of the best base runners in baseball for fucking prospects, my guy? No.
Oh man. Yeah,
that and school's coming around the corner and I can't stand it because I got kids, you know. So shout out to all the parents who got to pay for uniforms and shoes and socks and underwear and all that good stuff and school supplies and all. Yeah, I feel your pain. You know, we back. And yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. Hey, Q, you know we're going to have to talk sports later. Maybe not tonight, but probably tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. We could definitely do it tomorrow because I definitely got a list. I already got everything written down that I got to talk about. We could do it tomorrow during the day.
All right. D-Wolf is on you.
I'll keep it short. Just rethink your heroes. Do your own research. And Ray, with those skills, you should be running the boards and radio.
Yep.
Straight up.
Thank you. Krista was on you.
All right. So briefly, I just want to state that I have been working in the medical field for over a decade. Okay. This whole mask shit, and I say mask shit because in order to wear a mask, the environment has to be sterile in order for you to get the best benefits out of a mask. And I've seen so many people drop a mask, put it right back on their fucking face with their dirty hands, not washed or anything. And if you've taken microbiology, it's a reason it's called micro, because the germs that are on your hands will touch the mask, and the germs do not have consciousness, but just to be ridiculous, because that's what people are doing when they put dirty mask on their face talking about they're protected. Those germs don't say, hey, this person has a mask on their face, we're going to stop right here. No, it travels to the mask, and that's how you get, infected with viruses. Also, the CDC, when it comes to the name, it's Center for Disease Control. It's nowhere in there it says we're going to create a proper vaccine that's not going to genetically fuck up your genetics to make antibodies that your body already produces once it's exposed. So that's another thing. And the last thing I'm going to say is people need to think for themselves when it comes to these pandemics. It's really ridiculous when people don't use their mind to think about what's really taking place. Remember, when you look at documents and the news and all of that, you'll see that people are dying with corona, not from corona. The 2% that is, if you look at the documents, if you do proper research, you'll see that if it's with corona, that means that it's other ailments that's causing people's death. Okay, so we need to make sure that we're paying attention to the wording because this is how people get tricked. I didn't really realize it until I'm like, okay, if they're dying with it, that means it was not the only thing. Before, you know, heart disease used to be on the top of the list when it came to what people are dying in America from. Now it's decreasing because everything's fucking corona. Okay, so we need to pay attention to that and also understand that hospitals are getting funded when people are dying from these things from the government. I'm not saying that, you know, corona is not real. What I am saying, though, is that the documentation when it comes to diseases of what the person is dying from, it's on top of the list and it's unrealistic, and the documentation is being manipulated for money purposes. Now, I'm sure people are going to challenge me on that because it's a very touchy topic. But at the same time, it needs to be said because to be inoculated or vaccinated, as to put it, is for you, the person, to get antibodies. But if your body's already producing it, what the fuck are we doing? That's just my 2 cents, and that's it.
Father is on you. Father is on you.
I was muted. I didn't even know. For my final thoughts, I just want to. What I did earlier in the week was I was writing down like just random thoughts in my head, and I'm currently thinking about writing a book. Like I'm actually considering writing a book, but I don't know what the topic is gonna be because I could write about a million fucking things. But I was just putting like notes down on like paper and shit, and I was just reading through them, and I'm like, bruh, if I like really put down my thoughts on a book and release that shit like on the internet, I feel like I break the internet. But I don't want to like big up myself or like, you know, make it seem like I got something that's just gonna, you know, like just blow people's minds, because I feel like everything that needs to be said has been said before. But it's something that I'm actually considering because I'm seeing the trajectory like society is going to, and I don't fucking like it. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like we low key in the beginning of the end times. Like if you're looking at it, and I just want to make sure that like I want to document everything because there's so much shit happening that I feel like people aren't talking about. I'm so fucking tired of the conversations about celebrities and who's fucking who and who's gay and who's this and who's that. Like I always felt like those type of things were a waste of time. Like anytime you saw a celebrity saying I'm coming out, I'm gay, I'm straight and or whatever, I always thought that shit was a waste of time because there's a lot of sinister shit in this world happening. There's a lot of people, especially sorry about that. There's a lot of people in my generation that's like sick, like mentally, and it's not their fault. The economy is not good for a lot of us. Like there's a lot of shit happening, and I feel like in the next 5 years, the taxes are gonna skyrocket. Like, bro, we are living in a really, really, really sensitive time right now, and you know, I feel like we're not having the right conversations, and I feel like a lot of people are just, you know, they're just counting on the fact that they have cognitive dissonance with a lot of the things happening because they can buy expensive shit or they can go to their restaurant and just pig out and just escape from the fact that you lived in a fucked up society and this shit is about to implode any second now. The earth is getting worse gradually. Like people really need to pay attention to what the fuck is going on, bro. And that's all I had to say.
I meant to say it earlier, but I might as well say it now. You know, since we was talking about Lil Nas X, some of you straight niggas really, really care about gay shit a little bit too much that y'all will lead on. Especially like some of you brothers. Like I don't want to solely put out brothers because I've seen white people do the gayest shit, and then when you don't do it, they call you some type of gay slur. Trust me, I done seen it, and I know the Latin community when they see something gay, they don't really say nothing. They just give you a look. So trust me, I've seen how other communities act around when it comes to LGBT shit. But for brothers, and I've said this, and I've called this out many a times, like y'all don't have to announce like, oh, I don't fuck with that gay shit like so loudly and proudly. Like that's something to be proud of. It's just like it's really weird when people do that. I and this is a personal standpoint, like, and also I want to say like not everything is brainwashing. When you know when you see stuff on there, I understand like there are people that just follow what's on TV and don't do no research and all that other stuff. Yes, there are people to do that, and for those people like D Wolf and fathers and like everybody else said, please do your research before you like come up with the assessment. But the world evolves, and I've always said that like there are things that you probably gonna have to teach your child that your parents didn't probably teach you. And since we are in, I feel like we're in this, especially millennials, we're in this thing where we know between the old and the new, we can like come up with all stuff. We're in the seat of the teacher now, so we got to teach some of these young people how to move. And I know a lot of y'all really are trying to find yourself, so y'all not really in this teacher spot, which is okay. But you still got to find a way to lead these kids to the right direction. I feel like communication is a lot of things. If a kid asks you about something, you can't just like push it to the side because they might go to somewhere where you probably will not agree with, or find someone else's opinion that different from yours. We are in it, like I said, we are in this area of being a teacher. We should start teaching people. Like, but we cannot push everything off as that being brainwashed. I've seen the term brainwash used so many times. I've seen the term agenda used so many times. Even though I do think there is an agenda of emasculating the black man, I do believe that. Not just, but I do feel like that's been used a lot, and a lot of things that's been doing it is like steering people the wrong way. But I just want like Diva said, like Father said, like everybody on this panel said, please do your research. We're in the mode of teaching, and let's teach these kids something new so we can better this planet, not just this country, this planet, and like get these old niggas out of there. That's it for the podcast. I would like to thank the panel for jumping on again. I would like to thank for y'all listening to hear us talk our shit again. This is, you know what? Let me just say podcast, and we signing out. Peace.
Peace.
Cheers.
Good,